going to start with the minors, which are going to be featuring new rules.
Yes.
And I have a little message for my favorite commissioner.
What does that say?
At Rob Manfred, leave the rules alone.
Yes.
Leave them alone.
Did you DM him?
No, I haven't slid those DMs yet.
You should.
It's not professional, not yet.
Do it as if he bought merch. By the way, if you buy merch, just know that Max will send you a tasteful picture still, and that offer is still on the table. Just send us a receipt, and you'll get a nice picture.
No, send us a picture of you in the merch. We want to see that shit.
Yeah, that too. And Max
maybe
will
we'll put it
definitely
on the
send you
website.
a tasteful picture. Anyway. All right,
So
so yeah, experimenting new rules. You want to read them, Max?
Oh. Let's start in AAA, shall we?
Yep.
In AAA, and they're only doing this in AAA, are they?
I think it's
it, right?
Whatever it says is each level is having a different
exactly. They're not doing them all at every level. Each level is doing something different.
Can you imagine moving up from AA to AAA and just kind of what you couldn't do in AA, you can do in AAA?
That would be
it's gonna
weird.
Fuck up some people. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
AAA, they're gonna make the bases larger.
Yeah, that's not gonna fuck.
To reduce player injuries and collisions, the size of first, second, and third base will be increased from 15 inches square to 18 inches square.
Fine with it.
The competition committee also expects shorter distances between bases created by increased size to have a modest impact on the success rate of stolen base attempts and the frequency with which a batter runner reaches base on ground balls and bunt attempts. So increasing our offense there.
So here's the thing. I don't fully agree with that, just because you have to remember on the base hits thing anyway, because now the first baseman also has an extra inch and a half or whatever it is. You know, so is it really going to make a difference? I don't think so. I think that will be the same. And
it'll be more steals.
Yeah, the stolen bases, I mean, you're just giving them those plays that are really close. Now they're getting them. So how much is that really changing? It's not really going to change it much.
I mean, also, you got to remember that a lot of these athletes are bigger, stronger, faster than they have been in years past. So, we might see the same amount of bang plays.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think that no, that's fine with me. I think it's actually a good thing.
It's for safety more than anything.
Yeah,
they don't want the collisions. They don't want all that shit. They want their guys to be healthy.
I mean, I didn't think that collisions were a huge problem per se, but obviously you don't want to see anyone get injured in a collision.
Go on, Mike.
It's gonna Odor and Batista, shit like that won't happen.
I was about to say, is this the Ruben Tejada rule?
Or Ruben Tejada? Yeah. None of that will happen because there's more space. If that happens, there's a legitimate problem.
Well, they've also pretty much taken out the whole takeout slide at second base from the game. They've removed the physicality from baseball.
No, you can still do it. You just have to be a lot more consistent.
Right, you have to be.
You have to slide into the base, and you have to slide.
Well, let's be real.
I mean, you can't.
I think this is going to bring back a little more.
You can't throw your knee
takeout slides because they have more room.
Yeah, I mean, not the takeout slides have really been that big of a factor in the past few years because of the Ruben Tejada rule, Chase Utley rule, scumbag.
Chase Utley.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I think it's a good thing. There's no problem with it. It's not going to affect really anything. It might help the base stealers a little bit, which is good because now players will think, I have a better chance. Stealing bases is exciting. It's a very fun part of baseball, and
which has been down over the past couple of years.
Exactly. And bringing that back will be huge. And I'm cool with it. I'm fine with it. Get the players,
especially with the speed of guys like Tatis and Acuna, stuff like that.
Yep.
Those players' speed will be more on display now, and I'm excited for it.
Not that it's being tested in the major leagues yet, but
in the future.
In the future.
When the time comes, because this will probably be one that'll stick.
Hope so.
It's a safety measure. It's a safety measure more than anything.
Yeah.
There's no downside.
What's the next one?
AA, defensive positioning. Now, this one is one I'm not sure how you guys feel about it. Francisco Lindor has some strong comments on defensive positioning, though. Here's the rule for AA.
Mm-hmm.
The defensive team must have a minimum of 4 players on the infield, each of whom must have both feet completely in front of the outer boundary of the infield dirt. Depending on the preliminary results of this experimental rule change, MLB may require 2 infielders to be positioned entirely on each side of the second base in the second half of the AA season. These restrictions on defensive positioning are intended to increase the batting average on balls in play. Thoughts?
Thoughts, or you want to give what Francisco Lindor said first?
Well, I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay. I'm fine with it. Ban the shift. I think it's stupid. It's kind of a crutch for pitchers who can't pitch. Command your fastball, command your pitches. Your fielders should be able to field the position that they are. And if you can't do that, then, then so be it. It's going to help out a lot of guys hitting, like Joey Gallo, who can be a
first name.
Who could be
he's going to
be a tremendous. He could be a tremendous player if they played straight up, or old school shifts. Taking a couple steps. He could be a tremendous player because he pulls the fuck out of that ball, and everyone knows it. Which is why teams have literally put 4 or 5-man infields against him.
There's a caveat to this rule because they only say infield.
Mm-hmm.
You could shift your entire outfield over.
Yeah.
Joey Gallo's not hitting the ball in the infield.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or if he does, it's getting through anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And they also said a minimum of 4, so you could add a 5th guy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Granted, you take your left fielder, you pull it in.
Yeah. So they said a minimum of 4. Now here's what Francisco Lindor said, and this is directly from an interview in Sports Illustrated.
Mm-hmm.
The shift's got to be cut down. Let me do me. Let me make the crazy play. Let me be like, okay, he's going to pull the ball. I can't be on that side of the base.
Mm-hmm.
So as the pitch goes, I run to the other side of the base, pow, and make the play. We can't market the shift. We can't market strikeouts.
Yep.
Thoughts?
It makes the game more competitive, and I 100% agree with him.
It makes it more exciting.
It does. It 100% does. It's boring when fucking Joey Gallo, when he gets up to base, gets up to bat, and then he hits a fucking rocket right past the first baseman. Boom, second baseman's right there to field it in short right field. It's boring. That's boring. Get that out of here. You want to say,
and that's what this is taken away from.
Yeah,
it's taken away from the guy in short right.
I hate to bring up a terrible defensive shortstop, but if they use the shift like they do now, like in the early 2000s, Jeter doesn't make those plays that he does.
Yep.
Like those don't exist. Jeter isn't Jeter with the shift. Well, if the shift was used as it is today.
Yeah. And it's a good thing Mac is not here because he would have a lot to say.
No, he knows about my defensive gripes on Derek Jeter. We've gone back.
Well, not just yours, but yeah. So it's definitely something.
Why are you laughing?
It's definitely what I just saw pop up on my notifications.
Oh, my text.
Your text to Macca.
Yeah.
To Macca, yeah. You wish you.
I do.
He's not talking about Macca, by the way. He's talking about a player we were talking about. Anyway, it's that. Yeah, listen. It's a rule that I think was a long time coming. I think it's going to be fine tuned a couple times before we see it even come close to major league level.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely the start of banning the shift.
I think they have to refine it to where you can be on the outfield grass. Like, what's the point? Like, Jose Reyes used to play deep, like so fucking deep. He used to play on the outfield grass. Like, you have to allow them to at least do that, but you can't have two each. It should be you can only have 2 guys on each side of the base.
Yes.
Like that should be the rule.
So you think that second half where they may add to it should be the rule instead of the beginning?
Instead of because you should be able to play on the outfield grass. I don't feel,
especially with the way balls are flying off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't feel safe if Joey Gallo is hitting the ball. I don't want to be on the outfield grass as far away as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Anybody's hitting that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Exit velos of 115. Like, I need my space.
Yeah, exactly.
I need my space. It's not a phase. So single A is where it gets really wild.
Yep, let's do it.
By the way, are we good on double A, by the way?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I get rid of the shift. Should have never been a thing to begin with. They should have banned it immediately.
So single A is where it gets wild because obviously we got high A and low A. And high A, they're calling this the step-off rule. Pitchers are required to disengage the rubber prior to throwing to any base, with the penalty of a balk in the event a pitcher fails to comply. MLB implemented a similar rule in the second half of the Atlantic League season in 2019, which resulted in a significant increase in stolen base attempts and improved success rate after the adoption of the rule.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is all from, I want to say, Jeff Passan.
Okay.
This is where I got this information, at least. I think it was in a memo obtained by him from Major League Baseball, whatever. But either way, these are new rules, by the way, which we were talking about this before we started recording. The only people who haven't had to abide by this rule were lefties.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
There has to be clarification.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm grabbing the chair.
No, I agree. There has to be clarification. It's vague in my opinion. Like I don't fully understand it. Yeah. I just leave the pickoffs alone. Leave them alone. They're fine where they are. Like
well, hey, we didn't get to pickoffs yet because that's a whole nother thing.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what we were talking about. Go on.
No, we're talking about the step-off rule. Just a step-off rule.
Let's pick off.
So in high A, you can step off the rubber.
Yeah.
It doesn't limit that.
But what is the step off? You have to step off regardless.
Unless you're a lefty.
Unless you're a lefty. Yeah.
That's what clarification has to come in.
Yeah, exactly. Like what? I don't get what the point of
So
this
do
is.
all these
What's the
lefty-
point? What's the point of this?
All these kids in high A who were in high school and college ball and just doing a step throw over without stepping off, they have to totally relearn how to throw over to first.
No, a lot of them know how to do it. It's just it's a very unsuccessful way to pick off. You're not gonna.
If you're running, you're watching the feet.
You're watching that back foot. Yeah. And now if lefties can't do the step and throw, then and they have to step off, now you're literally just locked on that back leg the entire time. It makes the base runner have that much more of a jump. And that's a huge jump against lefties. Like, come on, man.
Andy Pettitte doesn't have the career he has with this rule.
I mean, look at Julio Urias. He has a nasty pickoff, man, and it ruins him. This ruins him. It ruins a ton of lefties. It's like, I think it was last year, 2 years.
Well, again,
ago.
let's also remember that it's being implemented in testing in A ball, so it hasn't made its way to the majors yet. But yes,
it ruins lefties. That's what it does. And it's what's it called? Last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever.
I'm trying to get light because it looks awkward.
Whatever it might be, whenever it was implemented, I don't even remember. The fake step to third base and throw to first base is a balk now, right? So, like that. Like, why did they get rid of that? That was a good move that had been around for 100 years. Like, I just don't understand it. It I was successful with it a few times in my life because that base runner, if second base is open, that base runner on first base wants to get to second. So there's no force out, there's no double play, right? And the second that you lift your leg, he's going to try and go.
Right.
I mean, it was a very good thing for righties, and they got rid of that. That was stupid. I don't know. I just don't like this. I think fucking pickoffs should be how they were from the beginning. Leave them alone. That's it. Go on. What's next?
Mike, do you have anything on this outside of you?
No, I completely agree. It's weird. Like, there's no need for it.
And wait, I'll let you go to the next one because the next one's pickoffs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there are three different ones actually.
All right. So do the
low A has three different.
Do the other two now, and then we'll get to them. And we'll talk about.
So it's 3 different sections. So all of low A. So it's low A Southeast, low A West, and I think low A East, I think is. I think there's only 3 or 4 leagues.
Yeah, something like
West, Southeast, and just all low A together.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about how it's laid out currently. Like
yeah,
the how low A is structured.
Yep. I figured that one out.
Yeah. So across all of low single A baseball. And this is the one I think, Billy, you're chomping at the bit to get to.
Okay.
Pitchers will be limited to a total of 2 step-offs or pick-offs per plate appearance while there's at least 1 runner on base.
Well, hold on. Stop right there. It's 2?
2.
Okay,
Let me finish.
Okay, finish.
Let me finish. Yeah. A pitcher may attempt a 3rd step-off or pick-off in the same plate appearance. However, if the runner safely returns to the occupied base, the result is a balk. Depending on the preliminary results of this experimental rule change, MLB will consider reducing the limitation to a single step-off or pick-off per plate appearance with at least 1 runner on base.
So stupid.
How about it? How about it, Billy? I see you in your eyes. You're ready to just rip into it.
First of all, I have to say, Mike, that is the best lighting I've ever seen.
There we go. We figured it out.
Look like a model right now.
We figured it out finally.
All right. My thoughts. Fucking stupid. And I know we there was some talk about it being for time constraints, right? All right.
Yeah, and the later one that talks about
how much time is that saving? Rob Manfred, get your head out of your ass, get a watch, learn time because you don't know what the fuck it is. How much time does it save? It does not save anything, the pickoffs. All right, let's be real. How many times is the guy really picking off? I know 𝒂𝒌𝒆 came up with the argument of like that they, will go and they'll pick off multiple times to get a guy ready in the bullpen.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's annoying sometimes. They get booed, whatever. It doesn't
happen that often, though.
It doesn't happen that often, especially not anymore with the 3-batter minimum, blah, blah, blah. It does not need to be a thing. It doesn't happen that often. It's not a thing that is like a minute on a game, a minute extra. No one's going to be like, fucking hell, they wasted an extra minute of my life. Now I'm going to fucking never come to a baseball game. No. Maybe like an hour extra, sure. Are you going to cut off an hour of baseball, Rob Manfred? No. You're a fucking gap-toothed idiot, and you're stupid, and you don't know time. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't cut anybody down. And that's my argument on the time. Now, it takes away the strategy of a pitcher. Now, I grew up a pitcher, if anybody didn't know. I was king of timing my pitches and my pickoffs. I would mix that shit up so often that I would have guys fucking leaping as shit. Like, it's a chess match, and the pitcher is in control of his time. They want to get rid of that for whatever reason, and I hate it. But it is up to the pitcher. He has all the control in the world. And for me, I would say I had a guy on first base. I'd be like, all right, 1, 2, pitch. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pitch. You need to mix up the timing. Otherwise, if you're going at the same time every single time, they're going to catch on. They're going to be able to steal the base very easily off of you, which is why they steal off Noah Syndergaard, no problem, besides the fact that he doesn't even check them. He goes at the same time. Watch him, check his timing. You'll see that he goes almost at the same time every time. It's almost like a routine. You can't have a routine. You need to mix it up. That's the one thing I will give Marcus Stroman credit on, is he does mix up his times.
I was just about to say, this makes guys like Stroman that much more valuable, guys who can compose their bodies even, just to kind of change up their timing and their rhythm.
Yeah.
To mix up not just hitters, but the runners.
Well, that's what it's about. It's about both, but it's about the runners and the hitters. You're taking away a crucial part of a pitcher and having his say when the pitch goes, and you're trying to destroy it. And I don't like it.
It gives too much advantage to the base runner. If you have fucking Buxton, Billy Hamilton, if he's on a team, like these really, really fast guys, and you're only able to check them once or twice.
Rosario.
Gets on, all these fast guys that get on base, they get checked. at least 2 or 3 plus times when they're on base, if they're the only guy on.
So a guy like Terrence Gore, who is literally only used as a pinch runner, his job gets so much easier. He's getting paid more now. He's going to get paid more. Guys like that are going to become more valuable in this league. And we're going to see guys like Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts is a pinch runner. That's all he was good for.
I mean,
but that's what he's known for, at least anyway.
All right, relax there, simpleton. It's just fucking stupid. It's gonna shave off again seconds, man. And like me and Mike were talking about before we started recording, is that the time of between pitches has gone up a second every single year since they implemented the pitch clock. And it was at, I think, like 29 seconds last year, the average time, right? Or 28, whatever it was. It was high.
20s, definitely
upper exactly. 20s, So that clearly didn't help. That worsened the situation because now guys know how much time they have, and it gets in their head. It's a psychology thing. You take the clock away, a pitcher's in his rhythm, he's gonna go. Like Max Scherzer, he probably doesn't even pay attention to it, right? He's just in his rhythm, and when he's getting going, he's fucking going. He does not.
Well, you're mentioning.
He's also a psychopath. In the nicest way possible, he is a psychopath on the mound.
I love it.
But we're seeing it in the college game too. Guys like Jack Leiter, they're commanding the time.
Yes,
they are controlling the game. Jack Leiter, a pitcher steps off. A hitter steps out. He's standing there ready to go.
I'll tell you, it helps.
Again, psychopath.
It helps so much as a pitcher when you know how to control the time. When you're taking different times between pitches, it messes up. That's the point of that's the biggest thing that you have to do is messing up a hitter's timing. It also helps the hitter because now you take it away. I just hate this rule. It's fucking stupid. Rob Manfred's an idiot.
My question with it is why? Like, where do you see this improving the game? Like, how is this going to improve the game? Baseball is a game of strategy, and it seems like since Rob Manfred took office, strategy has been thrown out the window. Like everything that has involved strategy, lefty specialist, even timing here, something like this, he's trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
Baseball has always been the pitcher controls the game.
And the way he's thinking about it is, we're reducing time. So after we go through all these, let's all give one way that'll actually reduce time that won't affect the game.
I have a great one. But anyway, Billy, you mentioned the pitch timers. We'll get to that in a second because that's still on this list, but it's on the next one. Low A Southeast. Now remember, we're switching up the different leagues. So if someone in Low A gets traded this year, they're adjusting to a whole new set of rules. Low A Southeast. In addition to the limitations on step-offs or pickoffs, MLB will expand testing of the automatic ball strike system that began the Atlantic League and Arizona Fall League to select Low A Southeast games to assist home plate umpires in calling balls and strikes, ensure a consistent strike zone is called, and determine the optimal strike zone for the system. I want to point out the wording in this one. To select Low A Southeast games. This isn't across Southeast. This is only a few games. How are you going to ensure a consistent strike zone is called if you're going to apply to select games? I'm taking the wording from directly from this memo.
I don't think they have enough technology yet.
Yeah.
Then
why implement it?
Just to get a base statistical understanding of how it's going to go.
Yeah.
This is
if they were able to do it. If they were able to do it in the Atlantic League for every game across the Atlantic League,
it's because those teams are so. There's only 10 teams in that league.
Yeah, something like that.
But still,
and you get
you're telling me you can't get another
very far away.
4 to 10 cameras. It is. You're right.
And I think it's far away, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. Like they just want to get some testing. They want to see. It's probably 3-4 years away if they're going to implement it. We just give it to Angel Hernandez now.
I mean, is this really what it is? The Angel Hernandez system? Like, get rid of
Pretty
him.
much.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
yeah.
Alrighty.
He's just
Do you not see it says ABS, Angel Baseball System?
So, Bill, you mentioned the pitch clock.
Yeah.
The pitch timer. In low A West games,
Mhm.
in addition to the limitations on step-offs and pickoffs, following successful pace of game rules testing among Florida State League teams in 2019, on-field timers, one in the outfield, two behind home plate between the dugouts, will be implemented to enforce time limits between delivery of pitches, inning breaks, and game changes.
Okay.
The on-field timer used in Low A West will include new regulations beyond the system currently used in AAA and AA to reduce game length and improve pace of play.
One word.
I mean,
stupid.
It already doesn't work. We've already touched. We already talked about this.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what we're saying. If you're standing set, you're set, right? Ready? You mess up the timing. You see your clock's at 2-1. You're gonna have to rush your delivery.
I mean, isn't the clock 30 seconds?
You're also not looking at the fucking clocks.
I mean, 30 seconds isn't 30 seconds is enough time anyway.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Right.
It's fine. It's
I don't
stupid.
know. I just think
Let's just move on.
Rob Manfred needs to leave baseball alone. It was fine aside from the steroid issues when he took office. You know,
I mean,
he's getting more marketable players to focus on that instead of the fucking game.
There wasn't really any steroid issues when he got into office, though.
Right. It was that the downfall from the steroid era.
Yeah.
He was still dealing with kind of the aftershocks of that.
Yeah, it was very slow baseball at that point. It was, not power. It was very, very pitcher heavy game at that point.
Which was fun, honestly. I mean, then again, we're talking as you're a pitcher. I like to pitch. I like watching pitchers.
I like watching hitting, though.
Just loves the game. We're talking about this as people who have pitcher mindsets too. That
but
not many games. It's kind of fun to watch.
You're talking about baseball fans, people who appreciate the game and know that every pitch matters. And when you see a pitcher, when you see Jacob deGrom throw, painting that outside edge on a fastball that's 101, it's like, okay, that's beautiful. To most people, that's, to a lot of people, that's, oh, okay, cool, it's a strike. Doesn't mean anything different. But when I see it, I see, he got that.
You see an artist at work.
He hit that perfect spot, and the catcher framed it, and he got a strike call on something that, a lot of guys wouldn't get a strike call on.
Right. So overall impression on these new minor league.
Stupid.
Enough said.
Is there outside of that one? Yeah.
No,
all anyone stupid. That you can see?
No, okay. All stupid.
There's zero reason to keep any of them, right?
I'm going to be 100% honest. I can almost guarantee that adding the length to the bases will actually somehow speed up the game more than all of those other rules combined. I can almost guarantee it.
I think it's actually, you're not wrong, because the more stolen bases, the more likely people get out and less time. Yeah. And the defensive positioning. That's the other one that's good.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the wording, not the current wording, but yes.
Right. The current iteration.
Define it better. But yeah.
Okay. So now you guys said you wanted to do what? One way to shorten pace the games, length of games, right?
Shorten the length of games without fucking with
how would you do it, Mike? If you're the commissioner for the day, how do you shorten pace of play?
You reduce the amount of commercials between innings.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think
literally
of.
The easiest thing to do. And get rid of all the bullshit fanfare. Do we really care about the freeze? Do we really care?
No.
Sometimes.
No. I mean, it's it's fun to
fun.
watch, but we
can do without the 1-800 Flowers Kiss Cam. It's baseball game.
If they want to advertise more during game, it's fine.
They do anyway.
That's fine. Like what they should be doing
the
all
sponsors
year.
Are across the back of the fucking.
No, hold on.
Backstop.
You know how during the regular season they will most of the time they will just cut to a commercial break and it's commercials, straight up commercials. What they should be doing is how it is during the playoffs and the World Series.
Where
it goes into the picture. Yes. That's what they should be doing. 100%.
I think
there's no reason not to. If they want to go to commercials for one inning, in between one inning, 7th inning stretch. have that be it's it's regular time, it's extra long. Cool with that. That's fine. Everything else, cut it down or do the picture-in-picture year round.
Even if you do one full-length commercial, a picture-in-picture, and then get back into it, you kind of have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, but it's not like you're losing advertisers money when you are doing the picture-in-picture. Clearly, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it during the playoffs and the World Series. That's when they're the most.
No, it actually, I think it increases because you're putting in additional advertisement space while the actual product is being played.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, it's straight up product placement.
Yeah, there's no need for them to be gone for almost 3 to 5 minute in between innings. There's no reason for that.
And that's another thing. Then you got pitching changes. That can be picture.
I think they have been doing that. Have they not?
Not often, but I know SNY started that. ESPN. I mean, well, we all know
trash.
How we feel about ESPN. Yeah. Fuck, opening days on ESPN.
Yep.
As it is every year.
That's fine.
No, for the Mets at least.
They're not even home. It's not the home opener.
That's fair. But yeah, no, it's cut down the commercials. I think the pitch timer, as you said, 30 seconds is more than enough time.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference.
I think the step off rule is the dumbest thing.
Yeah. It's right there.
Like, you see how unsuccessful a lot of these pickoffs are. So just to say that, oh, by the way, if you do it a third time, which you're most likely not going to get him on, you're going to call for a balk, so he's going to get the base anyway.
But yeah, and then that you have, as a base runner now, you have the advantage because, he picked off me twice. I could get an extra jump on him.
Get an extra jump, yeah.
Yeah. Because you may as well.
It's to increase offense.
Why not take the gamble? He didn't get me the first 2 times. I could take an extra step. If it wasn't close enough, and then you're gunning because if they don't get you got
especially if you have a better secondary too.
Stupid. Yeah, I mean, you're not getting a secondary on a steal.
Bro. But even if you're trying to take an extra base, but you're right. If you're trying to take an extra base, though, you can get yourself that extra step. Get a good secondary and go first to third. Though. You'll see more first to third. You'll see more first to homes.
I think that will probably remain relatively constant. I can't imagine that would be too different.
Regardless, it places an extra emphasis on base running IQ.
It does. It's stupid. All right, let's get to the NL East. I'm done talking about Rob Manfred's stupid fucking rules.